Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly a pleasure to have you here with me today. Have you ever noticed a lingering smell, like urine, that seems to cling to you no matter how thoroughly you shower or how often you freshen up? If you're over 60, you might be surprised to learn that this is a common struggle for many women. It's often caused by simple, everyday hygiene habits that we don't even realize are working against us. My name is Dr. Michael Smith. As a specialist with over 30 years of experience, I want you to know that you are not alone, and there's absolutely no need to feel embarrassed. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 common mistakes that could be sabotaging your confidence and leaving you feeling less than fresh. Stay with me until the end to uncover these eye-opening insights and discover practical, doctor-recommended solutions that will help you stay clean, comfortable, and confident in your golden years. Trust me, you'll wish you knew these tips sooner. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon. That way, you'll never miss another important health update. Please feel free to leave your city or country in the comments below. It's wonderful to hear from people all over the world. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Ignoring light leaks. Let me share something that I hear from many of my older female patients, something they experience but rarely talk about openly. Light bladder leakage. It's not the kind of thing one brings up at a book club or over coffee with friends, but it's far more common than most of us realize. I'm not talking about full-blown accidents that send you running to the bathroom in a panic. I mean those small, unexpected leaks that happen when you laugh a little too hard at a friend's joke, sneeze during allergy season, or move too quickly while carrying groceries. I hear stories time and again about how, for years, a woman might brush it off as a one-off occurrence, convincing herself it was no big deal. She'd tell herself, "It's just a fluke," or "It's probably because I drank too much tea today." But as time went on, those little moments started adding up. Then she'd notice something she couldn't ignore, a faint, persistent odor that seemed to follow her, no matter how clean she thought she was. At first, she might blame everything else, the laundry detergent, her age, even the fabric of her favorite chair. It would never cross her mind that the issue might be lingering in her undergarments. The truth is, even a tiny amount of urine from these small leaks can settle into your underwear, your pants, or even your furniture if you're not careful. If you're like many people, you might hang your clothes back up in the closet or toss them over a chair, thinking, "I'll wear these again tomorrow. They're fine." But that's where the problem festers. That tiny bit of moisture creates a breeding ground for bacteria, and bacteria means odor. What's worse, as we age, our sense of smell often weakens, so we might not even notice the problem, but the people around us probably do. I remember one patient recounting a moment at a family gathering. Her daughter-in-law subtly suggested she change her sweater because it smelled like the couch. She was mortified, but it was a wake-up call. As a doctor, I emphasize that light bladder leakage, even if it's occasional, isn't something to ignore. It's not just about the inconvenience. It's about hygiene and self-confidence. Thankfully, there are solutions that don't require you to overhaul your life. Moisture-wicking underwear designed specifically for light leaks or thin incontinence liners can be absolute game-changers. They're discreet, comfortable, and blend seamlessly into your daily routine. Many patients tell me that once they start using them, it's like rediscovering their confidence. No more worrying about a faint smell when they lean in to hug someone or sit through a long meeting. And let's talk about embarrassment for a second, because I get it. It's hard to admit you might need these products, but the real embarrassment is when others notice an odor you're unaware of. I wish someone had told these women years ago, this is normal, and there's an easy fix. So, I'm saying it to you now. Don't ignore those little leaks. Protect your dignity, your hygiene, and your peace of mind with the right tools. Number 2. Using the wrong soaps. For years, I've seen patients who were convinced that the key to staying fresh and clean was scrubbing their skin with the strongest, most fragrant soap they could find. They'd describe their bathroom shelves as a rainbow of supermarket body washes. Lavender bliss, coconut paradise, ocean mist, you name it. The logic was simple. If it smells powerful and leaves the skin feeling squeaky clean, it must be working, right? Oh, how wrong that is. It often takes a long time to realize that those heavily perfumed soaps and body washes are actually making things worse, especially with age. As we get older, our skin changes in ways we don't always notice right away. It becomes thinner, drier, and more sensitive, especially in intimate areas after menopause. Those harsh, fragrance-heavy soaps they loved were stripping away the skin's natural protective oils, leaving it irritated and vulnerable. Even worse, they were throwing off the body's natural pH balance, creating an environment where bacteria could thrive. That's when the odors started creeping in, not because they weren't clean, but because their skin was fighting a losing battle against irritation. I've heard patients describe standing in front of the mirror, fresh from a shower, and still catching a whiff of a musty scent by lunchtime. They thought they were doing everything right, slathering on floral-scented body wash and scrubbing like they were cleaning a cast-iron skillet. It's a humbling experience to learn that your best efforts are backfiring. A candid conversation with a doctor can change everything. I explain to my patients that as we age, our skin, especially in sensitive areas, needs gentle care, not an assault from perfumed soaps. My advice: switch to a mild, unscented soap, or in some cases, just warm water. Many are skeptical at first. Warm water? That's it? But when they try it, swapping their Tropical Breeze body wash for a fragrance-free, hypoallergenic cleanser, they often notice a difference within a week. The skin feels calmer, less irritated, and that midday musty smell is gone. They don't need to freshen up every few hours or douse themselves in perfume to mask anything. It's a revelation. Sometimes the secret to smelling clean isn't about adding more scent. It's about removing what's causing the problem in the first place. If you're still reaching for those heavily fragrant soaps, take it from me. Less is more, and your skin will thank you. Number 3, forgetting to change liners and pads regularly. If you're someone who wears liners or pads, whether for light bladder leakage, post-menopausal changes, or just for extra comfort, this one's for you. I've had many patients admit that they used to pop a liner in their underwear in the morning and completely forget about it for the rest of the day. Their reasoning? If it didn't feel soaked, it was still good to go. Plus, those things aren't cheap. Who wants to go through a whole pack in a week? But here's what I explain to them. Even if a liner or pad feels dry on the surface, it's still absorbing tiny amounts of moisture throughout the day. That warm, moist environment becomes a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, which leads to odors that build up slowly but surely. I hear about how they'd start noticing a faint sour smell by the evening, especially on busy days. It would make them self-conscious, second-guessing every hug or close conversation in a crowded space. They'd check their clothes, sniff their jacket, even wonder if their deodorant was failing them. The truth is that liners and pads need to be changed every few hours, even if they don't seem full. It's not about being wasteful. It's about protecting your skin and keeping odors at bay. Bacteria don't care if the liner looks clean. They're thriving in that hidden moisture. Making the switch to a more regular changing routine is a game changer. I also tell my patients about reusable, washable liners, which are not only better for the wallet, but also gentler on the skin. I suggest carrying a small pouch with a few extras in a purse so they can change discreetly during the day. The difference is night and day. That sour scent disappears, and they feel fresher and more confident from morning to night. If you're wearing the same liner from breakfast to bedtime, it's time to rethink that habit. Your skin deserves better. Number 4. Wearing synthetic underwear. For years, I've known patients whose underwear drawers were full of those soft, stretchy synthetic panties you find in every department store. They were affordable, didn't ride up, and came in cute colors and patterns. They thought they'd cracked the code on comfort until they started noticing that no matter how often they showered or changed, they felt damp and uncomfortable down there, even on cool days. Worse, there was a faint, persistent odor that seemed to cling to them, no matter how much body spray they used. They couldn't figure it out. Was it the detergent? Their diet? It wasn't until a visit to my office that they got the answer. Synthetic underwear was the culprit. Synthetic fabrics like polyester or nylon might feel soft and look stylish, but they're terrible for breathability. They trap heat and moisture against your skin, creating a perfect environment for bacteria to grow. This is especially problematic if you're dealing with light bladder leakage or the natural changes that come with aging, like postmenopausal dryness or sensitivity. My advice is simple but eye-opening. Switch to cotton. Always cotton. I'll admit some patients roll their eyes a little. Cotton underwear. That sounds plain and boring, but I encourage them to give it a try. Once they clear out their drawer and invest in a stack of 100% cotton underwear, the difference is immediate. Cotton is naturally breathable, absorbing moisture and allowing air to circulate, which keeps everything dry and comfortable. No more sticky, damp feeling halfway through the day. Their laundry stops smelling strange, and they feel a confidence they hadn't realized they'd lost. They even find cotton underwear in styles that are just as comfortable and flattering as their old synthetic ones. Proof that you don't have to sacrifice style for function. If you're still holding on to those shiny, stretchy panties, do yourself a favor and make the switch. Your skin, your nose, and your confidence will thank you. If you're still with me, please let me know by typing a 1 in the comments. It's wonderful to know you're on this journey with me. Number 5. Not drinking enough water. For years, I have seen patients operate under a misguided belief that drinking less water was a clever strategy to manage their daily routine. Their logic was simple, almost embarrassingly so. If they consumed less water, they'd need fewer trips to the bathroom, which would spare them the inconvenience and potential embarrassment. It seemed like a practical solution, especially as they got older and started noticing occasional bladder sensitivity. Less water in, less urgency out, or so they thought. What they didn't understand at the time was that this approach was backfiring. By deliberately cutting back on water, they were unknowingly setting themselves up for problems that went beyond mere inconvenience. Dehydration doesn't just make you thirsty, it changes how your body functions. One of the most surprising consequences was how it affected their hygiene, particularly the odor of their urine. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes highly concentrated. It turns a darker shade, sometimes a deep amber, and develops a pungent, sharp smell that's impossible to ignore. This isn't just a minor annoyance. It's a signal that your body isn't getting the fluid it needs to flush out waste effectively. Worse still, concentrated urine doesn't just stay in your bladder. Even a small leak can leave a lingering odor that clings to skin and clothing. I've seen women chalk up this faint but persistent smell to aging. This is just what happens, they'd tell themselves, resigned to the idea that their body was betraying them. The turning point comes when they decide to experiment with drinking more water. Not huge amounts, just a steady habit of sipping a glass here and there throughout the day. The change is almost miraculous. Within days, their urine is lighter in color, and that sharp, unpleasant odor begins to fade. Their skin seems to regain a bit of its glow. They feel more energized. It's as if their body is thanking them. Drinking more water, I explain, helps your kidneys filter out toxins and keeps your urinary system functioning smoothly. It's like giving your insides a thorough rinse. Denying your body water is like starving it of a basic necessity. So grab that extra glass of water. Your body will thank you. Number 6. Sitting too long without washing up. Let me be candid about a situation I see after my patients retire. Their days take on a slower, more sedentary rhythm. They'll spend hours lost in a good book, binge watching their favorite shows, or meticulously working through crossword puzzles. Some days, they'll stay in a cozy nightgown well past noon. It feels like a well-earned luxury. But what they don't realize is that this sedentary lifestyle is creating an unexpected problem. When you sit for long periods, especially in warm, snug clothing, you create a microenvironment in your pelvic area that's warm, humid, and less than ideal for hygiene. Sweat, natural skin oils, and even minor bladder leaks can accumulate. Over time, this moisture and warmth become a breeding ground for bacteria, leading to odors that no amount of perfume can fully mask. It's easy to grow accustomed to gradual changes in your own body. The odor becomes a subtle but persistent reminder that something isn't right. The moment that changes everything often comes from an unexpected source. One patient shared that her granddaughter climbed into her lap for a cuddle, and with the unfiltered honesty of a child, she wrinkled her nose and said, "Grandma, you smell like something wet." Her heart sank. That moment was a wake-up call that pushed her to rethink her daily routine. Now I advise my patients to make a conscious effort to break up long periods of sitting. Get up every hour or so. More importantly, build in a midday hygiene routine. A quick wash with warm water and a soft, clean cloth takes just a minute but makes a world of difference. I also tell them to change into fresh clothes daily, even if they haven't left the house. These small changes can restore confidence and a sense of self-respect. Number 7. Neglecting the laundry routine. Let's talk about something we don't often discuss openly. Laundry. Not the sheets or towels, but the intimate items. The underwear, the lounge pants, the nightgowns you slip into night after night because they're comfortable and, well, they don't look dirty. I'll admit I've had many patients confess they used to be a little lax in this department. If a pair of pants or a nightgown didn't have visible stains or an obvious smell, they'd figure it was fine to wear again. It seemed practical, but as we get older, our bodies and our clothes don't play by the same rules anymore. Even items that looked clean started to carry a faint, lingering odor after just a few hours of wear. It wasn't overpowering, but it was enough to make them self-conscious. They'd ask me, "Is that me, or is it the clothes?" The answer, I explain, is often both. Bacteria from sweat, minor bladder leaks, and even your skin's natural oils can embed themselves in fabrics, especially in synthetic materials. These materials don't breathe well, trapping moisture and odors. The problem compounds if you're not washing these items thoroughly. Standard laundry cycles, especially with cold water, might not fully eliminate bacteria. Over time, even clean clothes can develop a musty smell that clings to you. That's why I advise overhauling the laundry routine. I suggest washing underwear, lounge pants, and nightgowns separately in hot water, adding a splash of white vinegar to the cycle to neutralize odors. Ensure everything is fully dried, and never re-wear these items without washing them first. It's a bit more work, yes, but the payoff is immense. There's a quiet confidence that comes with knowing your clothes are truly clean. Ladies, we've just walked through a wealth of insights to help you stay fresh, confident, and comfortable. From addressing light bladder leaks to choosing gentle soaps, staying hydrated, and keeping your laundry routine on point, these 7 tips are all about empowering you to take control of your hygiene and feel your best every day. I hope this video has opened your eyes to simple changes that can make a big difference. Before you head out, if this video brought you value, tap like, hit subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. I truly read every one of them. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next video.